results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Welcome to Fifth Street Sports, folks. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Chip Chirimbus in the house and Florida Rick, my co-host. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Catch us on American Forces Network, iHeartRadio, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, and also at Twitter at Fifth Street Sports. Well, we got a real choppy Thursday afternoon here in Vegas. We're usually in the mid-90s, sunny and clear. Today, going to be in the mid-60s. Chip,
it's been this way for the last 5 days anyway, because I've been looking for an opportunity to play golf, and starting Sunday, the winds were so strong, I haven't been able to get out yet.
Rick, we're going to have to come see you down there, buddy.
Please do. Yeah, we're waiting for you. Have spots available, lots of fun and sun at the beaches, lots of poker tournaments for you guys to play, lots of golfing for Chip. You guys will love it here.
Speaking of poker tournaments, boy, we got our big one coming up here. I think my buddy Ted Weinstock is in the first one on the 31st. It's a $500 or $1,500 buy-in, so the reel's getting ramming and jamming right now.
Great time down here in town when there's tournaments.
But the main thing is the WNBA tomorrow. That starts.
I think Las Vegas
is a pair of games out there.
A game. Which sport are you talking about? The
WNBA.
Oh, I haven't even looked yet, but I believe Vegas is hosting a game this weekend. My friend was telling me. I don't know.
I know they're not opening tomorrow. New York Liberty's at home.
And if you and Brian ever call in advance, I'm sure that Chip and I can find a way to get you guys tickets for those Aces games out here.
Okay, yeah, I would hope so. And if you couldn't, we can always pay the $3 at the window. So either way, we'll get in. Yeah.
Right. Yesterday, Rick, we didn't have a show, but I was corresponding with Daniel Wages. Boy, we drilled him yesterday. We had White Sox plus 290.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. We had over and he thought about Chip. Daniel Wages says, I'm doing the Chip thing. This Cincinnati-Milwaukee game at 8.5 with Davies and Castillo going looks too good, so we bet it over.
Yeah, and it went over by what? 11 runs, I think? It finished on 20.
I had the wrong side in that one because Cincinnati being favored in that situation, I thought they were the side at Milwaukee. And I guess I guessed wrong. That 6-1 lead and the third didn't hold up, but that's why we call it gambling, isn't it, Rick?
That's right. Hey, guys, we're getting a signal here for a break. When we come back, folks, we got a great show. Florida Rick, Chip Chirimbus, Frank Perez, back right after this break.
New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline is engineered with 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. It's sort of like having ninjas protect your engine. That helps keep your engine running like new. New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. It's fuel for thought in engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
At Aaron's, we believe good people always deserve better. That's why during Aaron's Memorial Day event, good people like you can get started leasing to own top brands like GE, Samsung, and LG with no payment till June 15th and get 6 months same as cash. There's no credit needed and free delivery and setup. So don't miss your chance to get 6 months same as cash this Friday through Monday at Aaron's. Most stores are open on Sunday and Memorial Day. Transaction advertises a rental purchase agreement. Some restrictions apply. See participating store for details.
Guys, you manscape, right? Tidy up below the belt? Trim the Yeti? Every guy knows the tree stands taller when the shrubs are trimmed, and 9 out of 10 women said that they prefer their men manscaped. But you got to use the right tools for the jewels, or you look like you clear-cut the forest with a machete. And nicks and cuts are the last thing the twins down south need. Pop over to my buds at manscaped.com and check out their Perfect Package 2.0 featuring the lawnmower, which is the perfect tool for below-the-waist grooming. And it's rechargeable and waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. Manscaped invented skin-safe technology that won't nick or snag Mars or Uranus, which hurts like the dickens when Jupiter ascends. Order your Perfect Package 2.0 featuring all the right tools for the jewels and get 20% off plus free shipping and a free travel bag. Pop over to manscaped.com and enter promo code USA for 20% off plus free shipping and a free travel bag. Manscaped.com, promo code USA. That's manscaped.com, promo code USA.
Chuck Woolery here for Blue Emu. How many pain relief ads do you hear daily? 5, 10, 15? And of course, all of them claim their new ingredient or their new formula will help. Blue Emu has maintained the same quality year after year and continues to be the #1 branded emu oil product. So don't trust hype. Trust Blue Emu to support healthy muscles and joints. Choose Blue Emu pain relief products. They work fast and you won't stink.
Available at retailers nationwide.
All right, folks, we are back. It is Fifth Street Sports on a Thursday, May 23rd, a big day. My dog Jax turns 4 today. I got to throw him a party. I got Chip Chirimbus in the house with Florida Rick. But, you know, we got a lot of action going on today, Chip. What do we got? I think
NBA is big.
Big.
I mean, they're 2-2, right? I mean, all except after that opening game, everything's been pretty decisive. And what'd you think of that number tonight, Rick, of Milwaukee being a 7-point favorite at home? 7.5 in some places I saw today.
Yeah, I tend to lean toward Milwaukee here. I think they're going to come out on fire after those last 2 games. They had lost at Toronto. I expect this to be a low-scoring game. The under I believe it's actually moved down a little bit though, so maybe a little bit tougher to play this number. But yeah, I think the play here is Toronto team total under. I think their team total is going to be at 104, 104.5. I don't think they're going to reach that. So I'm already in on that, and like I said, I do like the game under, and I also lean towards Milwaukee. So it makes sense that Toronto team total under probably go well under that. I mean, just look at the series; it's been a very under series, and I think it's going to continue, especially now that we're in Game 5, and so we just played
Every
very physical.
possession means something.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
And I think it's hard. I think it's more difficult. I was telling Frank before. I think it's more difficult to take Milwaukee in this game. I think it's harder to lay that 7, knowing you have to win by 8, particularly from a team that, I mean, they just got annihilated last time out. They lost by 18, but it was more like a 30-point loss if you were watching the game. And I'm on Milwaukee with you. I'm on the same side as you are there, and you guys are doing much better in totals than I could ever dream about. So I guess unders is the way to go.
Well, you know, Rick, 2 of the sharpest accounts that I see, one of them is from our famous host that we know, he's on the TV. Both of them agree and strong, and I love the play. They got Milwaukee minus 4.5 in the first half. I like that. Yeah. After the spanking that they just took at Toronto, I think that they are going to come out really, really fired up.
We know they're good.
And added on to that, I think Milwaukee in the first quarter minus 2.5 is probably very good bet as well. So I think they're going to come out on fire, and they're going to come out really strong in defense, making Toronto work so hard just to get any kind of
very well can be just a plain hometown series. I mean, just lay it. Anyone that's at home, take it. And because I would expect if Milwaukee wins big here tonight, that Toronto's going to go home and beat the crap out of them the next time they play.
Yeah. And this really plays into Golden State's hands. I mean, these guys are probably going to go 7. Golden State's nice, relaxing, getting healthy, just sweat Portland. Boy, I think the ring stays in Golden State. It's all set up for them.
Jim Fife just sent a note and said that Durant has been ruled out of Game 1 in the finals.
Boy, but how can they do that, Chip? I mean, if these guys go another this game and 2 more and then the break,
I think they're talking about the 2020 finals. He's not going to play at all. Why are they just pushing? They're just it's sort of like that Todd Gurley thing in the Super Bowl, and he's making fun of me. As a matter of fact, I have to tell you something. There is something wrong with Todd Gurley because the Rams came out and drafted a running back right off the top in the draft. And who drafts running backs unless you have an issue? We've been discussing this here about Todd Gurley's, whether he was healthy or not entering the Super Bowl, and he's just telling me it's sour grapes because I had the wrong side.
Yeah, that's what all the Rams people were trying to find something to blame it on. But yeah, Rick, you think that kind of tips their hand when they all of a sudden go right away and draft a running back?
Oh yeah, I mean we knew it last year, but getting back to the Durant thing. Yeah. I've been saying for the longest time, and I actually wanted to bring this up Monday and forgot to because we had so many other things we were discussing. But I think Durant's injury is a lot more serious than they're letting on.
That was my point.
It's probably going to get something in trouble in the offseason. Not only is he not going to be ready for Game 1, he's not going to be ready for that series, and he's not going to probably be ready if the series were in 2 or 3 months. I think he's got a serious issue. It's hard for me to believe it's not an Achilles. They're saying a right calf strain. I've seen that people tear their Achilles, and that's exactly what happens every single time. And I think they're just hiding it. And meanwhile, the funniest part is Durant's. I guess he's been getting into like a Twitter war with Chris Broussard of ESPN, basically saying that it shows the Golden State's just as good without him as they are with him, and it's just it's been a funny back and forth. But Golden State's playing exactly like they played 3-4 years ago before he came on the team, and it's quite impressive. I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought once he left, they relied on him so much they weren't going to be able to get back to their form, but. I mean, you watch them, it's almost like watching the professional Harlem Globetrotters. Watch them move the ball, the way they shoot, where they shoot from. That's what I keep thinking. It's like, I mean, it's, I'm watching them, it's almost funny because it's like, how does this keep happening? But they're making these crazy passes, the cutting, the screens and the shots and the 3-pointers. It's beautiful basketball to watch. And it's actually a lot more fun to watch.
They won over 1,000 games in a row.
They did lose like
Globetrotters.
I think about 2 or 3 times though in their history. I think they lost to the Washington Generals, but
did they really lose to the Generals?
I think they've lost 3 times in the entire history of the Washington Generals.
It's a rarity.
Wow. But Rick, I smelled it, brother. I saw it in that game 6 against Houston. I said, this Durant, I mean, he's great and he's awesome, but the flow on that team is so much smoother without him. I love it. I mean, they couldn't have done any better against Portland. They swept them. What Durant have done.
They certainly have better talent with Durant, but they're probably a better team on the floor without him. It's how do you say, the ball moves better. There's more assists. People's percentages of shots actually go up, and you think James Harden is happy? I mean, he can make as many points as he wants. That doesn't mean he's going to win.
Yeah.
They're at this point we know Durant's leaving in the offseason, probably the Knicks, but it's I don't think Golden State's going to miss a beat as long as they keep their core group together.
The analogy
they should.
To Todd Gurley.
Mm-hmm. You know what I thought was stealing in that last Portland game, Rick? And I barely ever go to NBA props unless you guys give me something. They had Curry 3-point field goals at 4. I said, that's got to be stealing. I mean, without Durant in there, he's going to be firing it up. I bet. Oh, I mean, I did lay $1.55, which I hated to, but I said 4 threes. I mean, this guy might make 4 threes in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know when he made them, but did he make it by that? Did you win that bet by the half?
Oh my God! Yeah, it was over. It wasn't even fun. I kind of wanted to sweat it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. But, they won by 2. That was enough. They were laying. I took 3.5 myself.
No. The
final game.
3-pointers by Curry.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying
I middled that game.
You didn't have to sweat it out.
Chip, I middled that game. I laid $1.50 with Golden State early and took 3.5.
Yeah, well, you're doing a lot of that. That's a good way to make money in a season.
I got the Yankees today. I had the Yankees minus $1.91, Baltimore plus 1.5, plus 120. We're getting 9-1 on that. And I had that yesterday too, and it ended 7-5. But today I got it. So I've been doing a little bit of middling in.
Oh, very nice, Frank.
Yeah.
We haven't talked in the last few days, but that's great to hear. I know you'd like to do those sometimes.
It's so much tougher to do nowadays than when you used to have, independent bookmakers. I mean, everything's so connected now through the internet, and I don't think there are too many people that are just sitting there with a pad and pencil using the New York Post line and anymore. It just doesn't happen.
No, but and then you know what makes it too is, Rick, is that when you don't have books like Pinnacle or Matchbook, which really reduced juice, with these $1.10 books, you got to kind of catch them sleeping in order to get the right number on those things. But if you watched Jeopardy yesterday, okay, a friend of mine sent me a big article that Alex Trebek had. He interviewed James off the thing. He does a lot of middling. He does what we do. He takes the minus $1.50 and then the +4, +3.5. He does a ton of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a cheap money line, against and then find another book who's using a pretty high point spread on that exact scenario, and maybe like a spread of 3, book's using 145, and then you find a book, outlaw book using 3.5 or 4. Those are incredible middles. Do those all day.
Yeah, well, you got a chance to middle with the Golden State in this series because they were down 15 all the time, and they were always laying points to come back and probably not even win the game. They were down so much. So there were a couple middles with them, but the final game anyway, because they ended up covering the outright opening number anyway.
Yeah. Guys, when we come back, we're going to talk some more about this middling. It's interesting because now it's the WNBA, one of my favorite middling sports. Chip Chirimbus, Florida Rick, I'm Frank Perez. We'll be back after this timeout.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by Annuity Action Network. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your monthly settlement payments? It's true. If you receive monthly payments from an annuity or a structured settlement and you need a lump sum immediately, then you need to call Annuity Action Network. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Call the Annuity Action Network now to get your fast cash with no hidden costs. And if you call today, we'll even send you a $100 cash gift card just for verifying your settlement payments and your contact information. If you have a structured settlement or an annuity and you want cash now, call Annuity Action Network right now.
800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. That's 800-514-9170. Do you have a problem hearing the television? Do you need to crank up the volume so loud your family is screaming at you? Then put on your TV ears. TV Ears has helped millions of people just like you hear TV loud and clear without cranking up the volume. For about $60 with a 30-day free trial, you can get your own set of TV Ears. When you wear TV Ears, you can mute the TV volume for private listening or let others watch TV with you. Order in the next 10 minutes and take us up on our 30-day home trial and very special price. TV Ears is a brand hearing professionals have trusted for more than 20 years. And through this special radio offer, you can get your very own for just $60. Just mention promo code RADIO. So put on your TV ears and make everyone happy. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. That's 800-984-4207.
Attention business owners, now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. We're back just in between breaks. Chip and I going over some things. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Catch us on American Forces, you guys and men and women in suits and uniforms. We thank you. iHeartRadio, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We got Chip in the house on Thursdays. Florida Rick. Hey Rick, I'm going through the site. You don't even know the. We want to do a celebrity thing, but we got one right here. I'm looking at Vegas Insider, a really nice site. You know who's the spotlight handicapper? Right here, brother. Let me give you, and they document it. It's not this phony crap where they're making up stuff. 17-3 in his last 20 in baseball, up 30.80, almost 31 units in baseball. 5-0 in the last in NBA. He's back on that. This guy is red hot, brother.
Sometimes you're running well. You know that, Rick, and you just try and take an advantage of it while you can, and hope it never ends.
Yeah, reminds me of that streak, Rick. Remember we had about 2 or 3 months ago. I don't know if we went like 25-2, something ridiculous, but yeah,
it was one of those. You get those every so often. Usually every year or two, and when you're on it, you just got to ride it and kind of press, and then once you'll know that you're not on it anymore when you hit that one day where you go like 1-5. You're like, okay, I guess streak's over.
Well, maybe 0-3.
Or 0-3, yeah.
Boy, I don't know. This guy has a few more weeks.
We've had Chip on,
yeah, it's been good.
Chip's been. I don't know if we're his good luck charm, but Chip's been red hot ever since we've had him on the show. So
absolutely,
he's pretty much the best I've ever seen.
Same way.
Yeah.
Since I came here.
Yeah, no,
it's your vibes. I'm telling you, Frankie, it's your vibes.
Yeah, right. Well, I hope so. I thank you, but no, we tried. I got to tell you though, Rick. Anybody that's watched our shows for 15 months and taken all of our picks and the guests that we've had on, especially Chip, Rick, I'm not kidding you. We've got to be off the charts as far as profit.
Yeah, well, we've already had several people write in and say how much they won thanks to our picks. So I don't know how many countless others there are out there that just don't chime in or type in or call in and that we don't know about. That I'm sure it's a lot more than the few that have actually told us how well they're doing.
Yeah, and don't I'm not chirping, but don't forget Friday I gave out War of Will to win the Preakness. Remember, because Brian had it. Brian loved it in the Derby, and he'd seen a lot of sharp accounts on it, and he got trapped. It was muddy. It was a crappy race. So I said, this guy drew the one post, and what got me is I never flip it. I'm flipping through the 600 channels on DirecTV, and I see the owner of the horse. I guess they were insulting this guy. They were going I don't know what he did, but the owner took it so graciously and so classy that I said, you know what? I'm betting this horse.
It's a good reason as any.
I'm betting this horse. Chip doesn't know about the guy that woke up on May 5th.
I know about the dream he had about the final game between the Celtics and the Bucks. I know about that.
Yeah.
How about
That's
Chip?
right.
Chip, now
102.90 gave me the exact score. I remember.
Speaking of horses, Rick, do you think I should tell him the one when I woke up on May 5th?
Yeah, tell him that.
Oh, Chip, did I ever tell you that one?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, my gosh, Chip, I wake up, and we're in May. I wake up one day, and it's May 5th, and I look at the alarm clock, and it's 5:55. Oh, that's weird. So I go down to catch the bus. Did I tell you this?
No, go ahead.
Oh, my God. I go down to catch the bus. The conductor's got a 5 on his hat. There's 5 people.
Didn't we see this in the movie?
No, there's 5 people on the bus. It's May 5th, 5:55, 5 people on the bus. The conductor's got a 5. I go, what else do I need? So when I pull the string at Sportsman's Park, I get out. Sure enough, 5 minutes to post in the 5th race. I looked, I said, God, do I need anything more than that? Thank you. So I bet 500 to win on 5.
I came in 5th.
That's right. I told him that. He was like, whatever. He just came in 5th. So you got to watch that little voice when it's talking to you. But
go ahead. Margot Robbie, did you see her in the movie? They did the exact same thing where they set up a guy in a con where the number kept 55, kept coming up,
really?
Oh, it was a great scene. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you haven't seen it because there's a little gambling and chicanery going on. It was a really interesting movie.
Oh, I would love. Now, did you see House of Games? The movie House of Games? Oh my gosh, you guys! It was the sleeper of the year in 1985 or 6. I was at the Maxim, and it didn't even go into the movies. And everybody in the poker rooms that we voted it the sleeper of the year. It's called House of Games, and it's about a con. It's about a lot of cons, but it's
still
great.
asleep. A long time.
Great. You know,
The Cooler.
Try to think of that movie, Chip, because I'm bored a lot of times at home, and I would love to watch that. You know, when they set up that hustle in that movie you're just talking about.
Oh, it was so enjoyable. It was funny as all heck because it was it was about a con artist, and Margot, what's her name? Robbie? Margot Robbie was just a little fledgling, but they had it on a major level, and they brought her in, and it was pretty interesting twists and turns because one guy's conning another, and they're best friends, and they don't know that they're involved in a con, so it's pretty interesting.
Well, what was the movie? And I'm sure you guys remember. Don't you remember the movie? It was with Eric Roberts, and they're on their way to the track. They got a big tip. They're going to ship it in on this horse, and when they get to the toll booth, I don't think that they had change, and he had a $5, and the guy said that's $2 or something. And Eric Roberts says, you know, he was all excited because they were on their way to the track to bet this big horse. He goes, just give him a $5. These poor guys work for a living. Give him let them keep the change. Meanwhile, they get to the track. Their horse loses. On their way back, they're going back to the toll. They're going back to the toll booth. The guy says $2. He goes, fuck yeah.
Was that with Mickey Rourke? And it was like Prince of the City.
You know, when he lost, all of a sudden he wasn't so happy to over tip the guy.
I said that Prince of the City. That Mickey Rourke was in that with him.
Gosh, yeah. Was it?
They took my Tums.
Yeah, and then they gave the guy lie at the end.
Yes, the same movie, same film.
Was it? But anyways, back on track, you guys. Rick, are you getting ready for the WNBA, or are you doing all your homework?
No, I mean, I haven't really done much. That's usually Bry's forte. We let Bry take control of the WNBA. Honestly, more than anything else, we just follow the sharp accounts, follow the money, because that sport, more than any other sport out there, you follow the line movement and follow sharp accounts, and you're gonna win. Well, this is that.
And
I told years and
aces.
I told Chip, I said, I'm going to ship it to him every day, and I'll send him to you. And you're right, Chip, when I send you these games, let's say the LA Sparks are -3.5 and it goes to 4.5, a lot of times, you lost that equity in that point. This WNBA, go ahead and bet him at 4.5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's real strong. Real strong.
Yeah, I'd like to see what's going on. I'm doing it for the first time, Rick, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think Las Vegas, just straight up, without any repercussions, is going to have a big year, and I think the league needs it. I think the league is floundering, much like, say, the NHL was before the Golden Knights came here. And I think they can really put the WNBA on the map because of the attention Las Vegas brings everything. And they got the football's coming in, the baseball's here. I think it's just sign of the times. They're supposed to win.
Hey, you guys! I was watching the Dan Patrick show yesterday, and I kept this question. I wanted to ask both of you guys because I wasn't aware of it. They were talking about NHL hockey, and I remember in the '80s when I used to watch. The totals were 8.5 and 9. In the '80s, was the NHL 4-on-4?
No, never.
I don't believe so.
Never.
I thought they were talking about that.
No.
It's always been 5-on-5, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what happened? What happened in the changing of the way they score that these totals came from 8.5, 9, 9.5 down to these 5s and 6s? What did they change?
Maybe they're allowing more clutching and grabbing on defense. I'm not sure. Or Wayne Gretzky isn't around anymore.
No. All of the games were 8.5, 9, and then they did some rule change that brought it down. And the reason I know this because yesterday I'm at a car dealership with a huge guy from Boston, right? I mean, this guy's a huge bettor, and he absolutely thinks that there's no way the Bruins lose this series against St. Louis.
I think he's right.
You think he's right?
I think they're much the
I
best.
would leave Boston too. Yeah.
You like Boston too, Rick?
Yeah, you got to lay a price. I think it's 160 or so, but yeah, they're the better team here.
Anyway, so guys, but that's interesting. Some of these, we talked on Monday on our favorite. Chip, we had our favorite 10 baseball movies. Then we came with our sports movies. Remember,
you might have to take time to go over the top 10 and shuffle their order because right away I think of The Natural, and then we have Fear Strikes Out with Jimmy Pearsall. I mean, that was a joke.
Well, Rick, wasn't one of yours Field of Dreams?
Yeah, for the
absolutely.
penises, I think number one.
Yeah.
That was number one. Natural. You know what? I think I forgot the natural, but that would have probably been number one. 1 and 1A would have been natural.
You know that I love
that.
I
forgot because we just came on the fly, so I wouldn't have time to actually think about it. But now that you said natural, of course. I mean, how does anyone get better than that for a baseball movie? And Brian had Bang the Drum Slowly and
with the Whammer.
Oh, okay. What was the one with Gary Cooper and the Pride of the Yankees?
Well, Lou Gehrig's story. I mean, that was so. They couldn't even teach him to swing and make it look close to being professional left-handed, and they shot that entire movie in reverse, where he batted right-handed and ran to third base. And I don't know if you know that the uniforms and the numbers and everything were placed the other way because he was so uncoordinated.
Wow.
And here he is playing Lou Gehrig in the Lou Gehrig story.
Wow.
I never knew that. Wow, what a story. I never knew that.
We never see. We're learning so many things here on Chip. If we ever get on Millionaire and they ask us these questions, remember that guy?
I had no shot at Jeopardy. I can tell you that much. Boy, I know who the winner is there.
This guy tonight, everybody in Vegas, because he's donating a lot of money to the charities here in Vegas. So everybody on the news is rooting for him. He has a shot to surpass the $2 million tonight.
Yeah, he's at 1.9.
Yeah, I think he needs 60-something thousand. Boy, this kid is good. Anyway, so Rick, when we come back, buddy, talk you can bet on. Chip Chirimbus, Florida Rick, Frank Perez, talk. Don't miss the segment, guys. We're going to make some dough tonight.
When you're looking for quality auto parts, shop O'Reilly Auto Parts. With thousands of parts and accessories in stock and online, you're sure to find what you need with quick in-store delivery for those hard-to-find parts and accessories. Shop your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The best pros put a little extra into everything they do. At the Home Depot, so do we. It's called Pro Extra, with member access to exclusive money-saving offers. Up to 20% off paints, stains, and primers every day. And $20 off your first purchase over $200 just for signing up. That's a lot more than a little extra. Pro Extra, only for pros, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Visit the Pro Desk in-store for details.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
All right, guys. Fifth Street Sports Talk you can bet on. We got Chip Chirimbus, Florida Rick, and myself, Frank Perez, here on Sports Byline USA Radio Network.
Brad Ausmus.
Rick, we were just talking in between the break who we think is the absolute worst, in our opinion, the absolute worst manager in Major League Baseball. And Chip says it's
Brad Ausmus. He was bad wherever he came from, and he's even worse now. He's starting different relief pitchers in one inning, and this is theory on baseball, and then bringing in the guy he wants to be a starter in the second inning. And I don't know.
Yeah. He's a really smart guy. He went to either Dartmouth or Princeton.
Well,
he went to an Ivy League school. But, yeah, as a manager, he leaves a lot to be, there's a lot of things he seems to do wrong.
I had made mental notes when he was managing. Was it the Tigers before, or wherever he was? And I sort of softened on it, and now all of a sudden I realize after getting beat with the Angels, 3-0 lead in the seventh, pulls out my starter, and I'm not very happy about that.
Yeah, that's when the Twins got 8, right?
Yeah, I think they got 6 in the next inning or something.
Yeah.
It was just.
He's one of those guys that you just never seems to make the right move. And the Angels have a lot of talent. They should be better than they are, but, we'll see. He's still one of the younger managers out there, so maybe he'll learn. But you would think he's learned a lot. He's in the majors for so many years.
I think I knew more in high school than this guy knows right now. And when you're a catcher, you expect more out of these guys. You think they've always had the game right in front of them, and a lot of them have made great managers. But I just think he's got a whole different view of this whole game called baseball.
Yeah. Speaking of catchers, Chip, it just reminded me at the beginning of the year, you were against this Sanchez for the Yankees, right?
Crap out of the ball for sure.
My gosh, this guy's hitting. I mean, he is hitting the crap.
Well, as long as he gets to play against the Orioles, he's got 9 home runs this year against Baltimore. And
is that true? Because Torres has 10.
Yeah, Torres has 10.
Is that right?
Yes.
And Sanchez has 9?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
and I think they'll be playing them a few more times this season. It's only May 24th, 23rd.
Yeah, I think they played 19 times. And I think after today they've already played 12. So they only have 7 left. But they'll probably play in September.
Yeah, but I have to say this. He's absolutely right about Sanchez at the plate. Looks so much better. Wow. And he's even lost a little weight and looks as though he's trying at the plate, though he had 7 errors last time I checked, and that's a lot to have at this time of the season. And pass balls, they don't even count them. So, but he has been hitting the ball as long as they're playing in Baltimore.
I mean, the Yankees, without the all the injuries they have, it's remarkable how great they're playing.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, really is. Gosh, I got it. I don't think, I think Tampa Bay is going to at least hold or win that division or at least get a wild card for sure, because I think Cleveland is going to be the dud this year.
Yeah, well, I said today, I don't know if you noticed, Rich, today the Cleveland Indians, at home are an underdog. And
yeah,
I was a little taken back by that, and I told him, I said, that just didn't look right to me. I used Tampa Bay today, and that was one of the things I was looking at, and I saw that the public's first instinct was to take Cleveland, the home dog, and just you were talking about playoff team Cleveland. Maybe this year it's just not there for them, or maybe it's just the time of the season because it's a long season.
I shamefully, and as hot as you are, Chip, I think I'm in bad shape because I shamefully bet Cleveland today. Man, I must be drinking Square coffee or something because I looked at Cleveland and bet them.
I tell you, the first one we were looking at was John Lester was only $1.10 at home as an opener, and I said he's 8-0 lifetime against Philadelphia. I was very suspect about that, and now Frank tells me Chicago, the Cubs went off an underdog at home with Lester on the mound.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just that doesn't make sense to me. And if there's a don't make sense game, I'm going to play the opposite side.
It's been
so
a great
I had the
angle.
Phillies today too.
It's been a great angle. Well, Rick, this is now talk we can bet on. So we're going to go with you first.
Just a second there, Frank. Before we get there, we actually got a couple messages through our social media, through our live streams. So, as always, we're streaming live on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Go ahead and follow us on there. And we are also streaming live on YouTube.com/Fifth Street Sports. today we have a couple messages in, and there's still a little bit of time left in the show, guys and gals. If you want to get your messages in, just go ahead and type down in the live stream comment box and, push enter, and I'll be able to see it and put it up. So the first one comes courtesy of Billy Donlin on YouTube.com. And he says, Focus is the movie with Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
Okay, I got to watch it. Thank you, Billy.
I couldn't. Will Smith, his name was eluding me, and Focus was the title of the film. And it never got in. It really didn't get much play at all. I mean, it wasn't even long in the theater. And I'll go anything Margot Robbie's in. Absolutely.
Thank you, Billy. I got something to watch tonight, buddy.
And then the next message is also from Billy. It's our last one at the moment. But he said, I believe the hockey totals dropped when the goalies increased their level of padding and protection worn.
It very well could be, because there was a time they didn't even wear face masks.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna check that out, because I don't know why the scoring has dropped so dramatically.
I think that may have a large part of it, because, I mean, you're taking away 2 extra inches on each side, probably, on each leg.
Yeah.
And padding with the shoulders and everything else, and the arm pad. I can understand that. I can see that.
Yeah. You got any more in? Okay, Rick, talk you can bet on, buddy. We got a short card, but anything, anything you got.
This will probably be the lightest card we ever have in Fifth Street history for the night sessions. We already had, I think, 6 or 7 day games, so those are off the table. So what we have tonight is NBA, which we talked about earlier, and then 2 baseball games, which one of them you guys just discussed. And I see what Chip's saying, but I don't know if you guys have watched Ryan Yarbrough pitch. Man, he is bad. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be an opener, so he's probably only going to pitch 2 innings or so, but I'd be surprised.
I've never seen him. This was strictly a numbers play. This was strictly reading the line and thinking that the bookmaker knows more than I do, and he's telling me something. And as far as talent, I didn't evaluate it at all. And
the line has moved a lot. This line has moved about 40, 45 cents, so that tells me that, Tampa clearly was the right side of that number. It's moved so much, I would have to lean Cleveland. Maybe Cleveland first half, fading Yarbrough, and then once they put in, their regular starter or whoever it may be, at that point maybe Tampa will, hold them to it, and they won't score, and then Cleveland will come back, or Tampa will come back and win. But I kind of like Cleveland first half here.
Cleveland might be in a little bit of trouble, like you said. Yesterday I passed playing against them, and they were down 6-0 in the second inning, but only that lead held up as opposed to the one in the Reds Brewers game. But there really might be something wrong with Cleveland here this season. We're going to wait and see. It's sort of like I said, in with the old and out with the new, or in with the new and out with the old, and it's Tampa Bay's in and Cleveland's out. That's the way I see it in the East this year. We still have 3-4 months to go, so time will tell.
Yeah. I don't think Cleveland's going to catch Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to run away with this division. And I agree. Maybe Tampa Bay will have a better shot again that wild card. We still think at this point the Yankees and Red Sox will both get in the playoffs. So
pretty much.
That's what I think, at least. Yeah. So that comes
down
to
who gets
the
White
wild
Sox
card
tonight with this this kid they've got going against Houston. Did you look at that as a possibility?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think I actually was going to give this play out on the total. I like the under 9 here because I think Giolito's won 3 in a row. He's been by far the White Sox best pitcher and really one of the best pitchers in the American League, but kind of unheard of because he's on the White Sox. And Astros are pitching that rookie Corbin Martin, who's pitched a couple of games, been very impressive early on. After last night's, they had a lot of runs last night. I think tonight it's going to be more of a pitching game, and I like the under. But I would definitely lean towards the White Sox at the plus 165, plus 170 here. I'm not going to touch the side, but if I did, I would only take the White Sox.
Yeah, I've been following this kid, and you said he's won 3 in a row, and we've made some money with him. And I saw him come up a big dog here, of course, against the Astros. The way they've been winning and putting runs on the board, it's a tough take, but maybe you're right with playing this game to stay under because he's really been tough to hit.
So Houston under 9 is something you like. What about? So that I guess that wraps it up for baseball. What about in this NBA game?
Yeah, well, I'll go back to what I said earlier, and I stand by it. I do lean towards Milwaukee on the side, but like Chip said, it's a lot of points to be giving. But the way this series is playing out, it looks like the home team's just going to win, at least through Game 6, and then Game 7, anything I think goes. But I like under. I like Toronto team total under. I don't think they're going to reach that 104. I don't think they're going to get that close. I think they'll finish somewhere in the low to mid 90s maybe, and the game like one of those like 106, 91 type games, and I think Milwaukee covers, it goes under, Toronto team total under. Those would be my plays in this game. I actually like the under at Toronto team total over pretty strong. And I like Milwaukee, but sometimes it's hard to play a favorite and an under. You feel like, if they have like a 30-point first quarter, you're like, oh boy, how am I going to win both of these? I just have to now pray I can win one. So, but yeah, I like everything under here, especially Toronto under. So those are my plays in that game. And there's really nothing else to bet on tonight, at least not that I know of. Maybe
how about at chipwins.com? Can you throw us a little complimentary play there, Mr. Chip?
Well, I told you, everything I have, I give out on this show, and I just can't help it. Frank, he really turns the screws on me, and I did use Tampa Bay in baseball. I posted Philadelphia Phillies, and the one play I'd used in the basketball was not a best play. It wasn't an 8-play Megabucks winner, which is my highest rated game. It was just a regular play on Milwaukee because I thought it was easier to take Toronto than it would be to bet Milwaukee, so I gave Milwaukee out.
There we go, guys. You guys both agree on Milwaukee. I wouldn't touch Toronto. I wouldn't go against you two guys.
I think his under is probably the play, though. When the more you made me think about it, Rick, because I hadn't thought about it.
Well,
and now the way you put it, and these two teams have, Milwaukee's outside presence has been missing so far, and we'll see what happens. The under might really be the side.
Rick, let me take a look at this under because it seems like it's dropped a little bit here. All right, let me see.
It has dropped a couple points. Yeah, I said, it may not be as strong as it was this morning, but I would still only be on under.
Let me take a look at how many points it's dropped. All right, hang on a second. So, and you say, Chip, you've seen some 7.5s in this game?
This morning I saw mostly 7s. There was a 6.5 on Vegas Insider, and they're just correlating other sports books. So, and there was a 7.5 as well on Bet Heritage early in the day.
Wait a second. Now, Rick, am I seeing things or something? This game's 214.5. Wasn't there a 219 at one time on this game?
I saw 217.5. I'm not sure if it was 219 today.
Boy.
Are you sure you're talking about today's game?
Yeah, maybe I'm seeing things over here, but 214.5. Boy, that money line looks juicy. 2 plus 270. Dang. Okay, you guys. Well, there we're gonna go. So we're gonna lay the 7 with Milwaukee. Let me see if we got some of this WNBA coming in here. Wait a second here, guys. I might be able to give you guys an early little present here. No.
Are you
lines.
checking with the trainers tomorrow?
Yeah.
We'll let that one pass.
We'll let this one pass. But guys, I mean, Rick, the WNBA has been great, and guys, like I tell you before, it's some of the livest money line dogs ever in the WNBA. 9, 10, 12-point dogs win by 20 all the time.
Oh, you know what? I'm just seeing this right now, and pardon me if this is what you meant earlier, Chip, but Las Vegas is actually the favorite, at least according to the crest, the favorite to win the championship. Well, I had no idea.
Well, they made a few trades in the offs. They had a number 1 draft pick, and they made a great trade. They took one of the best players away, and Sue Bird, one of the great all-time WNBA and college basketball players, is out, most likely for the season. There's been injuries on other clubs. There's been retirements or hiatus, shall we say, because the top center in the league decided to start raising her family, and this is the type of thing that we have to be aware of in order to make some money.
Well, okay. Well, I think Las Vegas is going to be
right. No, Vegas has got. I told these guys I thought they were going to do very well this year.
Yep. Guys, we got to take a break. We're going to be back right after this 3-minute little break we got to take, pay some bills. Chip Chirimbus, Florida Rick, Frank Perez, back after this.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
All right, guys, we are back. Talk you can bet on 5th Street Sports. Chip Chirimbus and Florida Rick. Remember, chipwins.com. Guys been doing phenomenal. Red hot. I'm sick the fact that he likes his Tampa Bay and I'm on Cleveland today, but
it's only a play in the day,
I'll have to take my chances. You know, they still got to play
they
9.
Play the game. I mean, it just didn't make sense to me that they would be such a heavy favorite on the road against the AL playoff team perennially. You know.
Yeah. Now look at your list: 8-3 Phillies, 8-0 Twins. Rick, this Twins team. I mean, they're lighting it up, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know how many more chances we're going to have to fade Matt Harvey as a starter.
My goodness.
But, I hope you guys were able to get on this one earlier. But I saw it. I'm like, well, he probably has a couple more starts left in him before they either option him to AAA or just release him altogether. But man, he's bad.
Ricky keeps coming up the favorite, and they keep betting the opposition every time, and he gets drilled anyway. This is one guy that's defying the numbers. I mean, he's just been horrid.
Who's the other guy that you guys love to make money against? Is Felix,
Homer Bailey?
Right? No, Felix.
Homer Bailey.
Homer
Bailey and Felix Hernandez. Yeah. The other one I love to fade is Jeremy Hellickson, which we had last week. And you were on Hellickson. I'm like, oh, Frank, I'm a Mets here. I really can't. I said over. I said, because I didn't want to make you feel bad. So I said, I'm on over. And then I think the Mets scored more than the total themselves.
I appreciate it. As soon as you said that, I go, so now, but I got a good memory, buddy. You'll never catch me betting Hellickson again for the rest of the year. Bailey, Felix, Harvey, but there's one more. And he pitches for Houston that you guys always fade. Miley.
Has he been doing well?
He's not in the same boat as these other guys. Yeah, he's actually turned the corner.
What about?
Yeah, I wouldn't put. Mm-hmm.
There was a guy named Moore. He's now pitching for the Giants. He first came up. He was like a hard thrower.
Matt Moore. Matt Moore. Yeah, a tall left. Yeah, he's not
he was one guy that just never. Some of these guys get hurt. They get injured, and they're never the same.
Yep.
Guys, we got 15 seconds left, so you know what? Let's wrap it up really quickly. I guess it's all about Milwaukee. My sharp accounts have Milwaukee -4.5 first half. Chip likes them in the game. Rick likes them in the game. We appreciate you and thank you, folks. We'll see you on 5th Street Sports. Remember, we run 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.